1212. What's the podcast? 1212. We are back. Episode 131. You see what it is. DJ Jerome Baker the third. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What's happening?
And don't charge Abdul.
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's
Listen,
up, y'all?
back.
Good. Let's
we're
get some
back in the
energy
building,
in
of
here,
course.
yo. It's been a minute.
Full of
I don't,
energy.
I don't think I've seen Jerome in person in a few weeks.
Yeah, I feel like that's accurate. The streets are real. If you guys check,
we saw Jerome this weekend in person.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah,
Just
you stood
for
right
real
next to
quick.
me.
It was real.
But that wasn't like we didn't hang out.
We
just,
didn't hang out. Jerome was working.
We
Yeah, I
couldn't
was
get
working.
to
Couldn't
him.
hang out.
Yeah, if you guys look at the group chat, you see where my energy is right now.
Howard is poor. What the fuck? Oh my God, Hampton, the real HU. God damn, whose table was these
So
signs coming to?
basically, people that listen to the podcast, we let y'all know there was a Hampton Howard weekend football
Yes.
game on Saturday.
Yes.
It was super cracking, Audi Field.
Audi Field.
Really the place to be, man. Just
This
lot
was a
of-
big weekend in
was a
DC.
big
Congressional
weekend.
Black
Yeah.
Caucus,
Yeah.
Howard Hampton weekend. Did you go to the game? You're a Hampton
I
alum.
DJ'd across the street from the game.
Oh, you
So,
at the
I was at
Sandlot?
Sandlot, yeah, I was DJing at Sandlot.
I was gonna
11
come
to
out
2.
there, but it was just too early, man. 9 to 12.
It was early and it was hot.
It was
You know what I'm
hot,
saying? It
yeah.
was hot. So I ended up. Well, I had 4 gigs that day. So
Yeah.
I ended
Ching,
up.
ching,
Damn.
9,000 a gig. That's
Good money.
36 grand right
Yeah,
there. You
listen,
paying
9,000
taxes?
for 2 hours.
Yeah, I just paid my quarterly taxes.
Oh,
Don't get it
okay,
twisted,
shout
don't
out
get
to
it
you.
twisted.
That's what's up. Okay.
And I also, I gotta get this mortgage popping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
But-
sure. I get it.
So
Stacking
Hampton-
up that down payment bread.
stacking it up. So
Yeah.
Hampton Howard cracked off. We'll put these images in the
In the
Instagram
story?
stories so everybody hears them. But basically, what
Howard
went down
is poor is fucking hilarious.
There's a club in DC called Rose Bar, and after the game, which Hampton won handily, I might add.
Hampton is nice, or it was just like
we're nice. We're nice.
neither one was really that good.
Nah, we're nice. Like,
Okay.
Hampton, Howard just been on, unfortunately.
Howard typically pretty nice in football too.
Nah, just
Are
got
they? No, they're not.
smacked. No, they just got smacked by
not
Maryland,
not
like
not these
50
past couple
points.
years, but typically they back in the day they used to rock.
They're trash.
Shout out to my man Omar, who used to play for Howard. Old dog, what up?
Listen, it's all good. The rivalry at this point isn't real. It's just fun to talk mess about each other. But we don't
Sure,
really
of
hate
course.
Howard. Like, I know some amazing people from Howard. I have great friends from Howard. It's a wonderful thing, right?
Yeah.
So basically, Hampton and Howard Saturday, tons of good-looking people. It was literally homecoming. It felt
Yeah.
like homecoming.
It felt like
outside.
homecoming.
Yeah, it felt like homecoming. Seeing
Yeah.
people I hadn't seen in a long time.
You had a lot of your former classmates and shit in
yeah.
town.
So the first gig that I
Were
did
you
was
with
Sandlot
DJ Envy?
Southeast. Envy is 2 years older, so his
Oh, okay.
people are kind of they're still out, but not too crazy.
All right.
My second gig was another Hampton Howard party spot called Soundcheck. That didn't really crack off. I played my set was great, but it didn't really crack off. The third party was myself and DJ SNS.
Shout out to
with-
SNS.
which was pretty much a Hampton winning, like a Hampton has won
Celebration.
the game party celebration.
And that was where?
It's
The
a
Point.
new restaurant called the Point Southwest. It's
Okay.
literally right
was
there.
that
on
was
the-
that Siraj's gig or?
Yeah, that was the Rogers party.
Oh
yeah.
man, I should have come through that.
That's where right near where the old Sandlot used to be.
Nah, it's right
Yeah.
next to the new Sandlot.
No,
Sandlot
it's
it's
Southeast.
actually, it's actually closer to where the old Sandlot was. Yeah. The Point Southwest is
Okay.
behind
Right by
the
Audi Field.
Right behind
Yeah, right
Audi
by-
Field. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Word.
that was tight because my cousin pulled up on me, and her and I haven't hung out in years.
Did she go to Hampton?
No, she went.
Okay.
I don't even know where she went to school, but she went to school. But
But she just pulled up.
she just pulled up. She texted me, "I'm about to
Like
come pull up
surprised
on-"
you?
Surprised me.
That's dope.
And so then after we were done at that spot, we went to St. Eve's.
Oh, you
Yeah.
took your cousin with you to St. Eve's.
Oh,
Yeah, she was
for-
there. I met her.
for the Nas after party. Yeah, my cousin's like, early to mid 40s. Those are she makes a lot of money. Very nice domesticated life.
Oh, she was lit.
She's awesome. Yeah, but she was.
Rome had the champagne flowing in the DJ
I
booth,
definitely
man.
bought
Bottles
a
to the
bottle.
booth.
I bought a bottle for my cousin because I was just like, oh yeah, we'll get a bottle. It's $40. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's
whatever.
go.
This guy, why you got to bleep out the price?
All right, yeah,
It's
Tom.
four
we
four
got the
four
price.
$4,000.
$4,000.
He's buying magnums and shit.
So
Yeah,
then,
listen, big bottles.
So then, Nas and his people actually show up, which was whatever, which was awesome. But it was like, oh, we don't know if he's actually going to show up. He showed up, and Nas drinks the really expensive Hennessy, like the really good.
I mean, he's like the Hennessy ambassador,
right? So
He's the Hennessy god.
So the guy on the mic did a very, very, very good job of hyping Nas up. Nas, what we doing, Nas? I know Nas ain't come to the club and not drink, yada yada, and just kept it. I think we had about 8 to 10 shots a piece of this high level Hennessy.
When he was off the Hen Rock.
Not to mention they smoke like crazy in the club. So
So you caught that contact.
Yeah, I caught the ill contact.
Yeah.
And I don't smoke. I don't do anything. So I was I slept so well Saturday night. It was incredible.
DJ set was on 10,000.
DJ set was great. Yeah. When we walked out the club, there was a lot of, yo, Rome, you killed it. You, Rome, you killed it. My cousin was like, damn, they showed you a lot of love tonight. I'm like, I mean,
Listen, this is what I do.
I mean,
on
you
a
do
daily
play
basis.
that's your residency too.
Yeah.
It was. I'm not there too much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like we've just had to continue to push. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean,
but I'm in there once or twice a month, so it's cool. It's cool.
that was the right night.
The whole year was the right night, and
That was a good
felt that
night,
way,
man.
too.
We had speaking of Nas, Street with Eddie, myself, and the homie Big Ostroff went to see Nas at the Anthem.
At the
Nas and
Anthem.
D Nice.
That shit was dope.
Great night, man. Shout
Yeah.
out to Clark Kent for the tickets. Ostroff had tickets on his side. Like, yo, we had a fucking ball, man. Went and grabbed some food beforehand, walked into that shit. You know what? It was like it was some sort of like Democratic. It was like a Black Caucus,
Like a fundraiser type.
yeah,
deal.
like a Black Caucus event. Actually, it was like some sort of fundraiser for the Democratic Party.
Kenny
and
Burns joint.
Kenny Burns was on stage with D Nice, and shout out to Clark Kent, hooked us up. We had tickets in D Nice's box. Like, we were chilling, man. Upstairs had
I think that was Nas's box too. I think it was Nas and D Nice box.
yeah, because some of Nas's people were in there, right?
Yeah, part of some of the people Nas showed up at the club with was in the box with us.
Right. So it looked like, whatever. But upstairs was dope. Open bar. Drinks were flowing. Saw a lot of people that we knew. Shout out to my brother Taz. Saw Mark Barnes, a nightlife legend in DC. Bunch of people, man. And D Nice killed it, of course.
Crushed it.
Kenny Burns was on stage with him, hyping him up. Like, they were going crazy, man. Like,
Yeah.
And this was my first time in Anthem. You been there before, Eddie?
I've never been there before. No, it was dope.
It's fucking massive.
I mean, I have to say it's probably the best live music venue in DC proper.
For
Easily.
sure.
Easily.
Like,
and maybe in the whole I hate
maybe
to
also
say it, but
because
like,
it's also brand new, so they thought about everything.
Yeah, but I
before-
mean,
while they were building it, right?
the sound is amazing.
The sound
space
is amazing. The bars are massive, and they got them all over the place. They got bathrooms everywhere. Like,
and when you on the street, like I've been to the wharf a million times, you would never think that something so big existed out down there. Like it's like
this is right where H2O used to be. Like, this was all right there on that same block.
yeah,
back in
pretty
the day.
much.
It was
Holgates,
H2O, Holgates, Zanzibar.
Yep.
These were all legendary night spots. Well, Holgates wasn't. Holgates was what? A restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
So was
but-
Zanzibar.
Well, Zanzibar, but Zanzibar became a club at night.
Yep.
And H2O was just a night spot. Shout out to Big Abdul.
No doubt.
But yeah, man. We saw Nas perform. Nas fucking killed it.
Yeah, he crushed it.
Killed it. Showed why he is once again GOAT status. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
sure.
Like we sat upstairs. We got tired of being in the box. Like, let's go downstairs and just hang
Get
out
with
with
the
the
people.
people.
Yeah.
We had our masks on and everything. There were a lot of people in there, and these tickets weren't cheap. If you remember,
Well, you had to show proof of vaccination to get in.
that's true.
It wasn't, do you have a negative COVID test? It was proof of vaccination only.
How do you feel about that? Because you could still get COVID with the vaccination. So I feel like these sort of events,
I feel like if everybody's vaccinated, your chances of catching it are a little bit less.
true, but you can still catch COVID with a vaccination. So in this instance, I almost feel like maybe a negative test is a little bit more valuable. Like, to me, that makes me feel a little bit better, just because
I feel like
know at least you don't have COVID at this time.
I feel like most people, at this point that are vaccinated tend to be a little bit more responsible of people just on the way they move, just by nature of them having the vaccine.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know. None of us know shit, to be honest with you. But I just I feel it's more comfortable if you're in a whole room full of people that have all been responsible enough to get the vaccine. And, a lot of people still wearing masks.
I kept my mask on the whole time. I mean, pulled it down.
I did not
when taking a drink, but
I did not. But I felt comfortable.
But Nas fucking bodied it. He was going in and out of different projects, man. He would be on Illmatic, one track. He would do King's Disease. He would go back to fucking It Was Written. You know what I mean? Like, he was jumping all over the place, Jerome.
He didn't do none of his new shit because he was like, I don't even. He's like,
Well, he did do King's Disease. I mean, he did Ultra Black. He did some.
He did a couple because
he did a couple.
But then he was like, I can't even perform my new music because I have never performed it live before. I don't know all the words of my shit.
He did say that. He did say. But one thing. We talked about. And actually, you and I were talking about it while we were there. Nas's chemistry with his DJ. And how they just know each other so well was so reminiscent of how the Locks were with their DJ during Versus. And, this conversation has been going on we talked about it actually last week when I think one of the topics we talked about was Memphis Bleak saying Nas didn't have enough hits to go up against Jay. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't even have to do with enough hits, man. It has to do with how chemistry. You present those hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you look at it objectively, it's very close. Dipset, Diplomats might have better records than the Locks. If you ask some people, I disagree. But the
they didn't
same
have
way
that chemistry.
A lot of people might think Hove has a lot of records against Nas, but the way Nas presents things, man, even on
it's
stage,
almost like him and his DJ are like a group, like some like Eric B and Rakim shit. It's like
100%.
It's almost like they're like a group.
Jerome, it was electrifying. You would have become a believer.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Nas 2 summers ago. It's all good.
It's gotten better.
Yeah.
His show has definitely gotten better.
As it should,
his performance has gotten better. We did see him together. You're right. And man. So we moved right up to the front. I got some great pictures on my iPhone. Like, listen, it was fucking dope. So we bounced out of there, huh?
No, go ahead.
We bounced out of there. I hit up Jerome. I actually wanted to come by the Point. I was gonna see if he was still there and come holler at my man Siraj, who was throwing that joint in. See you as well, but you had already dipped out to St. Eve's for your next gig. So Eddie and I decided to go to St. Eve's, which is a club here in downtown DC. We got out there. We're hanging out with my man. I don't know if I should say his name because he kind of runs the spot, and we're about to give away some info. Maybe it might have been inside.
We could just say we would just say we were hanging out with your man who runs the spot.
Yeah, so we're hanging out with a friend of ours, and he's like, "Yo, Nas is on his way here. He's supposed to be here, but I'm in touch with his people." And he gets an email right then and there and pulls it up on his phone. He's like, "Oh shit!" They said Nas is running a little bit behind. After the show, he had to go have dinner with Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris. Like, this is what the guard is on now, dog. Like, shows at the Anthem.
Gets invited to dinner with the
former first lady and the current vice president of the United States, who I'm going to talk shit about later on when it comes to Haitian refugees. But for now, let's just big her up. Like, this is what Nas is on, man. He's definitely become that elevated his status in across all fucking type of people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It was very impressive. And as we were there, we ended up hanging outside for like almost an hour just talking shit.
Yeah.
And then Nas pulls up. We saw Dre the Mayor, of course, as well. Former guest on the show. If you haven't listened to that episode, go check it out.
Great
And
episode.
as we were hanging outside, these fucking Escalades pull up, and Nas jumps out, and somebody goes to give Nas a handshake. Nas has a mask on, and he's like, yo, he's walking
throwing
up.
elbows out.
Yeah, and somebody, and he actually thought about shaking the dude's hand, and stuck out his hand, and then pulled it back. He was like, oh shit, and then gave the dude an elbow bump. Like, The guard is out here following COVID protocols, man. Is
a
Jay
fact.
doing that, Jerome? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't think
so.
Jay's getting close enough to nobody.
Jay
to dap
is
him
not
up.
reaching out and touching the people.
No, he's
No.
not.
Which I understand during COVID, but
I mean,
potentially,
I think Jay moves like that. No COVID.
yeah, I
True.
think so too.
True,
I
yeah.
think so
And
as well.
I don't think. No offense. I don't think Jay's
Jay's
showing up
not
at
in the
St.
clubs.
Eve's. Jay's not going to St. Eve's.
Jay is not going to any club.
Nah.
Jay
I
should,
think he went to a club in the Bronx
I think he goes to
a
like
few years
40,
ago.
40 clubs. So he goes to shit he owns.
Yeah, he did.
He'll
He
go
was
to
at
like
the
One
Four-
Oak. He'll go to like One Oak in New York or something like that.
You know what? I don't
Maybe.
even know about that. I think
Maybe.
He
last
will.
time I heard him going about clubs, it was all over the media. He went to a club in the Bronx and did it up. Like
He just
other than that,
I think that was for like his man's party or something like
It
that.
yeah, it was like for
his
he
man's
was with his
birthday or
man's
something.
shit.
his man's
but
birthday. He just bought the club out and bounced probably.
that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Hove is also 50, so Nas is knocking to it, but he's not married. He's single, and he's living life. It's
Yeah.
knocking him down. But yeah, man, no, it was great. Nas came out of that joint, and we were like, I was about to start singing out Nas lyrics. What if I just come out and be like, it ain't hard to tell, like right when he came
Like
out.
fanning out like that.
Yo,
Have him sign your T-shirt.
I'd have been like, Nas, you got to sign my Air Forces right now. Let's go. Just start spitting out. It ain't hard to tell.
I mean, listen,
lyrics.
It's not. It's people have done worse. So I think that it's important that you kept your cool.
Would he
but
have laughed, or would he have been like, "This dude is a buster"?
It just depends. It just depends on.
He probably would have laughed in
interaction.
security.
I mean,
probably
I would have done it in a funny way. Like,
I mean,
think,
they were super cool in the club though. Like,
Yo,
literally,
they
were
seemed
super
like they were
cool.
all very
I don't think he had any of his homies with him. I think it was literally like 5 security guards and he was a dolo.
Nah, he was in there with-
it was two. It was also a lot of people from the Anthem that were with him, like the guys who do his show. Because if you remember the friends we were out before, they
Yeah.
knew somebody that had come in earlier
Yeah.
to check it out, and then that
Okay.
guy called and was like,
Okay,
"Yo,
okay.
it's Nas can come through."
Yeah,
now.
but that
Like,
could have been his manager or something.
it's somebody on his management side, and then
He
they
didn't
were-
look like
yeah.
he had like a crew of his homies with
No,
him.
nothing like that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it was
It's business.
seems like it was just business, man. He was there to collect a check,
No
and
doubt.
in and out.
Yep. Did he stay all night, Rome? He shut it
He
down?
stayed until about 2:30, 2:45.
I mean, he got there around 1, so
Yeah,
so
he stayed.
he was there for a while.
My goal was to keep Nas in the club as long as possible.
Did you
know what
did you
I'm
play
saying?
any Nas?
Yeah, like 4 songs maybe. But I mean, just
Which
every-
ones? What did you hit him with?
It ain't no. Five
Lauryn
Rules the
Hill?
World.
Yeah.
Spicy. Him and Fivio.
Oh yeah.
It's like him.
Fabio.
Fivio,
What's the name?
Ferg.
dude's
Fivio
yeah.
Foreign?
Yeah,
Fabio
Ferg's-
Foreign.
Ferg's
Fabio
on
Foreign.
there. Yeah, I played Ultra Black, and I think I played one more, but it just wasn't. That time of night, that club is just not going to respond
Yeah.
well to Nas. So,
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, of course.
but he was.
I also
partying.
heard he doesn't like. I was listening to this podcast with this dude named Paul Rivera or something like that, and he was talking about he ended up being on a golf course with Nas and already had a he had a playlist on, like, they walk around with like their Apple pills and all that stuff while they're on the golf course,
Yeah.
and the playlist he had already programmed already had a shitload of Nas joints on there, and he had no idea Nas was coming. So the playlist is playing on its own, and it just happens to have a shitload of Nas joints on it. So he was like, "Yo, I didn't know you were coming. Like, I'm not standing out or fanboying out. It's just
I
you
fuck
know,
with your music.
I fuck
Yeah.
with your music, and this was already preset before I even knew you were coming."
Right.
But Nas was like, "Yo, normally I actually don't like even listening to my own shit, but nah, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the God, man. That was a great night. We ended up at Yums
Yep.
afterwards. Yums was crazy, man. It was super packed in there.
I try to call my order in and shit.
They don't answer the phones.
at all.
So what ended up
your boy
happening? You
Big
got-
Jerry. Nah, I didn't even eat. Your boy Big Jerry was up there behind
Yeah, he was-
working the
listen,
walk.
I mean, when somebody calls in, you got to go in there. And
My
do the
man was
work
in there with the
yourself.
suit, button up,
And
working
he had
the
the
walk.
hard bottoms on. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to
working
my
the
man
walk.
Jerry. He had the hard bottoms on the grill, chefing it up.
So the food was good then.
Nah, the
Well,
food was
I
good.
mean, it was just a good night. I think everybody
Yeah,
is able to just take something away from the entire weekend. The entire weekend was cracking, and people had a good time, and the Nas experience was cool. It was a busy. I mean, but this weekend is busy. There is starting. So by the time you hear this, it'll already be in effect. But the Wu Tang Clan sort of has a takeover of DC. Both Commonwealth is included in that, and the Eaton Hotel, which are two of the better spaces in DC. There's some merch dropping at Commonwealth. I want to say the merch drops tomorrow, or
which
by
will
the time
be
you hear
Wednesday.
by the time you hear this, it'll be Thursday, so the merch will
Yeah.
have dropped. So if you
It'll be
need
sold out by the time you hear
if
this.
you need a proxy, you need to hit Abdul on the DM, and
For a
you know
fee,
what I'm saying?
I'll
He'll
grab
make
you a
it work.
shirt, like a
And then
quick
there's a lot of programming.
$13.
There's a lot of programming at the Eaton Hotel with Wu Tang. I believe Power from Wu Tang is behind a lot of the collaborative efforts. So
what's
you know
what are they doing at the Eaton? Does anybody know yet? Like, are they have merch
there's
there
a whole
too?
no, there's a whole list of programming. There's different events and different sort of just things going on that are related to Wu Tang and Eaton. So if you check out Eaton, I think it's Eaton DC or EatonHotel.com, it'll let you know. There is
Are you going to any of these? Should we just coordinate a day we all go? Or
I'm just gonna hang out. No, because I got a DJ Saturday night at Eaton. So I'm just get there early.
Saturday night. Is it still going on Saturday night?
Yeah, for sure. Everything will still be there.
Okay.
I believe Art All Night kicks off this weekend.
What is it?
Art All Night.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's always a good
That's
time in
also on
DC.
Saturday.
Yeah, then there's the Franklin Square Park block party, which is down there. So I'll be there as well. And then
Is there going to be Rich Medina and Stretch Armstrong are doing that? Isn't it the Originals? Is Clark Kent doing that?
I don't know. I just know I'm doing the after party for that at Eaton Hotel.
Okay.
So that'll be.
I'll be out
dope.
Saturday night then. Let's do it.
Night,
You was
Saturday night.
you was gonna play there regardless that Saturday, right? It just so happens to be that the Wu Tang thing's going on.
Eaton's gonna crack off this Saturday night. So
All right.
weather's looking great all week except for tomorrow.
Tomorrow and Thursday.
Yeah, we got Darling Nikki tomorrow, but it's 90% rain on Thursday. It's only 60% Wednesday, and it looks like a lot of the rain on Wednesday. It's gonna slow up early evening, so hopefully that works for us. So
It'll be straight.
yeah, we'll be straight.
Quietly, I mean, listen, when it rains is one of the best nights to go out. I'll tell you that right now. Like, speaking from experience, when it rains or it snows, and listen, allegedly, when I will, during single days, I'll just put that out as a disclaimer. Those are the nights you want to go out.
Of course,
You want to go out when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's really difficult to get to the club. Those are the nights you want to be there
because
the
everybody
women
there,
you meet those nights came there with a purpose. They're like, yo, I'm coming out and I'm fucking partying.
And there's also
And
less
you want to
options.
be there when that happens.
There's less options.
There's less options, and women are just more open. They're like, yo, we came all this way. Like, I made it through. Like, I skidded on 295 getting here. Like,
And your crib might be closer than where they stay at. So
Hey,
if the weather gets
listen,
really bad,
I mean,
they might be trying to stay up 16th Street by
Listen,
16th and Park.
whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, that's
I don't know.
I'm not gonna go that far with my situation today. I'm a happily married man, but no, I'm saying like
I wasn't
25 years ago.
I wasn't talking about all the way up 16th Street.
No, I mean,
I was talking about halfway up
hey,
16th Street.
Listen, I'm telling you, man. So if you're listening, just a little gem I'm dropping. Those are the nights you want to go out.
Inclement weather.
Inclement weather when there's a hurricane on the horizon. All right.
When your phone
Get out
starts
there.
getting that crazy serious alert shit,
Yeah.
start
That
getting ready to
shit
go
be-
out.
That means
Jump in the
like,
shower.
it's go time.
Yeah, you got to jump in the shower and get ready to go out.
So episode 131, What's a Podcast? I did have this belief or this epiphany sort of hit me, right? There's Streetwear Eddie's here. Don't Charge Abdul is here. DJ Jerome Baker III is here. And so we consistently reference many of our friends and family that surround the show, right? We've got Lex, we've got Imran, we've got Chasen, we've got all these people.
Big Dave
And I was having
Ostroff.
this thought that is Big Dave Ostroff, is he like Parks on our show?
Explain.
I mean, they're tall white guys. So
Oh,
that
that's
like
the only
hip-hop.
comparison. Yes,
They like
in
hip
that-
hop and they interact with us consistently. So I'm like, maybe Big Dave
Is he-
Ostroff is Parks.
and he's very knowledgeable, which at one point I believed Parks to be. Parks kind of seemed to know everything about everything.
Yo, shout out to Dave Ostroff, has an Emmy award.
Yo, that's another thing we found out. Fucking Big Dave got a fucking Emmy award. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yo,
He has-
that shit is
he's been nominated twice, and,
and
he has
an
one.
Emmy.
He
That's
has
incredible.
one with his name on it.
I don't
At
think
the
Parks.
crib.
I don't think Parks has an Emmy.
Fuck Parks. There's only one white guy that can stand up to this, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be Big Dave Ostroff.
Big Dave Ostroff.
Yeah.
So that's our flowers.
and his watch game is fucking with Big Lex watch
Oh
game.
shit! Nah, his watch game is crazy. He pulled up with like a fucking Rollie from 1977. Like,
I
yo,
believe that.
there were only 12 made or some shit.
I believe that.
Nah, listen, he's on some other shit. I was just
Yeah.
like, yo, I feel poor. I am poor, but now I even feel more poor.
Shout
You
out
know,
to
I got a
Dave
fucking
Ostroff.
little Apple Watch.
Me too. I'm dead.
You're Apple Watch gang? Oh, nah, you've always been Apple Watch.
Yeah, I'm a
Sorry.
trailblazer.
Yeah.
Darling Nikki shirts for sale tomorrow. We only have about 20 of them for sale. So
I need one.
Good
I'm gonna
luck.
just get mine from you early, so maybe I'll even rock it to
Rome's not really good at dispersing shirts.
I mean, he just said I haven't seen y'all in a month. So it's kind of like if you guys want to come get
Yo,
your-
the Darling Nikki shirts are hot. Are they going
They're
up
hot.
online
They
or?
are fire.
whatever doesn't sell tomorrow night is gonna go up online. So
They're all
Listen,
gonna
I
sell
saw
tomorrow night.
I saw our guy Money Making Mitch doing the lookbook, the model thing for Darling
Yeah,
Nikki. Shout out to
yeah.
Mitch and his clothing line,
Color
Colors
University.
University.
Colors University, of course. Yeah, yo, I like the shirt, man.
Who
I
designed the
really,
shirt?
Really like the shirt.
My man, New York Giant, he does all of our Darling
New York
Nikki
Giant,
visuals.
you knocked it out the park,
Yeah,
Playboy.
yeah,
That
he
shit's
do
dope.
well.
That shit is fire. The colors are nice. It looks
Yeah.
really, really crispy on a white tee.
We got a nice little squad for Darling Nikki now. So we just put in a bid on something tremendous. If it happens, I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know off air first. But if it happens, this will be a game changer for Darling Nikki, for DC. Like it's gonna be
Big sponsorship. We in?
just a lifetime move. Yeah, for sure. So
All
Darling
right.
Nikki on the way. Episode 131. Want
We're
to give a
here.
big happy birthday to Wale. I believe he's supposed to drop Falarin 2 today, but there were sample clearance issues, and as we all learned to do with the latest Fat Joe project, you got to clear those samples. You
Happy
gotta-
birthday to Wale,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? So
It-
shout out to
it-
Wale.
Wale might be the biggest rapper out of DC. Is
I
that
don't think it's a very
it's not
difficult
a big
conversation to have.
it's not a what?
It's not a difficult conversation to
Yeah,
have.
no, I think that's an easy yes across
You know
the
what I'm
board.
saying? Like
Yeah.
Most
I think-
successful, the biggest. And,
I mean, hands down.
yeah, man. Also, Sneaker King, of course. You know, we talk sneakers on this podcast, and just sneakers have played a very big role in our lives.
I don't think he
Just-
wants to. I don't think he wants to see you in a sneaker game though.
Listen, nah, I've seen Wale shit. Wale got
I
a
hear
lot
you.
of shit. He's
I
got
hear
a
you.
lot of
You
stuff.
being- you being
will
humble.
crush. Wale will crush a lot of people, man. He'll
I hear-
hurt
no,
people's
for-
feelings.
for sure. But
And he's true to this, man. He comes from that lineage of the Nike Talk days
he's
of
a Nike
camping
talk.
out. Like,
He's a Nike talk kid.
yeah, I mean,
Sure.
if there's like elements, like, you know, like how hip hop has elements to the culture, like, you know, you have MCing, DJing, breakdancing,
yeah,
you know, whatever. Like, if there are those sort of elements to this sneaker shit, like Wale has hit almost all of those. If
yeah.
whatever they are, whether it's early like blog days or traveling for sneakers or camping out, lining up, all these sort of different elements and things,
Yeah, he's
he's
done
hit
it.
all of them.
Yeah, he's done it.
He knows his shit, man. He knows his fucking shit. So salute to the kid, and happy birthday. Today's his birthday, so
Yeah,
today,
so by the time you hear this,
yeah.
it'll be 2 days ago. But
yeah, wish him a
nevertheless,
happy belated from What's a Podcast.
it's
Let
all
him know.
good. So if you live in Washington D.C., there is an iconic traffic, just
Cluster fuck.
Intersection. You know what?
intersection.
Okay, go ahead. We'll just add in later on.
Basically, this is the intersection of, I believe, what is that? New York Avenue
And
Florida
Florida
Avenue.
Avenue.
Florida Avenue. It's
Yeah.
so much going on over here. There's a Wendy's that sits right in the middle, and it's basically. I
It's
mean,
been there forever.
I haven't been to that Wendy's that many times, but
I've never been to that Wendy's.
I
I've just
might have
been
been
stuck in
twice.
traffic around that motherfucker a million times.
But it's the craziest intersection, and for whatever reason, it's just not a smooth intersection.
You know what? That
It just
Wendy's
does
has
not
been there
work.
for about 40 years. I'll be honest. It's been there since the 80s.
Yeah.
Like
So
they used to be allegedly talks of a very well-known drug dealer in who's from here who apparently turned snitch who killed people in broad daylight in that Wendy's parking lot. Like, and nobody said a word because of how big the dude was. I'm not gonna say his name, but
I believe that.
we all know who he is. But that was in the early 80s. So that just goes to show you how long this Wendy's has been there, man. I never was a fan of that place, man. I went there one time and I saw people wrecking and shots rang off, and that was the last time I went to that Wendy's parking lot. And I think that was 25 years ago. It was the middle of the night. It's open 24 hours.
it is. So today is the last day.
What happened? The government
Basically,
seized the land, right?
The city sees
Eminent
the land.
domain?
Eminent domain, correct? Because they're trying to reconfigure the traffic flow. They're also trying to add parks and make it much more. They're trying to add walking space. They're trying to just create a much more fluid experience for people. So people who want to get from essentially Union Market
Yeah.
across, they're trying to make it easier. So I just had a gig. Me and Matthias had a gig over the weekend right there at Tanner Park, which is just on the other side. It's like by the
Okay.
FedEx building.
Yep.
And there's a trail back there. And I can
Okay.
see what the city's trying to do. They're like, we got these trails and we got all this sort of like walking and people just like not utilizing cars so much and just trying to make it more family friendly. And so I think they're just trying to double down on that. They're saying, listen, we're going to get rid of this Wendy's. We're going to take the land the Wendy's is on and create a park. We're also going to take another part of the street across, I believe, and make that a park. Then there's supposed to be a third park as well right there. It's supposed to increase
It's
bike
a whole
lanes.
lot, man.
Supposed to
I don't
increase
know.
bike
Like,
lanes a lot.
I think Eddie, you brought up a good point earlier, man. They don't fucking need a park right there in that triangle. There's
Yeah, it's crazy.
nothing but cars going fast as shit or stuck in traffic.
I mean,
and
New York Avenue right there is like a fucking highway.
yeah, New York Avenue, you catch somebody flying, they're going 70 miles an hour down New
Yeah.
York Avenue trying to get the fuck out the city.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to have kids trying to cross that street to get into a park in the center of all this
Yeah.
with cars flying by. I think it's kind of silly, but what
Listen,
do we
man,
know?
the city is going to do what the city's going to do.
Yeah.
I think that obviously, for whatever reason, they just chose to make now the construction. From what I understand, is supposed to take two to 3 years.
So more traffic.
More
The
traffic.
the Sirius Radio headquarters used to be right there
Used to
too.
be right there,
across
yeah.
I
from
think it's
Yeah.
still there,
FedEx.
isn't it?
Is it? Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
All I
but-
know is that there's a lot. It's going to be a lot of traffic. You know what
That
I'm saying?
Sirius
Like,
Radio was the first thing that changed their neighborhood. Actually, It was the
Sirius
first, like,
XM.
Sirius XM. Actually, was it? It was XM.
It was XM
first,
radio,
right?
and then it became Sirius XM.
Yeah, and they were the first people to come in there and kind of build something brand new
Yep.
on that corner. And then the FedEx building came after that. Listen, that Wendy's always stayed there, man. I just remember driving by there, leaving Dream at like 4:00 in the morning on a Friday night and coming down New York Avenue, and
That shit was lit.
the parking lot, the lines to get into that fucking parking lot were around the corner. Like they would
Yeah.
spill onto the street. That's how busy that Wendy's stayed, man. It must have broken some kind of record. It might have been the most busiest Wendy's in the whole fucking country. I believe that because you also think about it, New York Avenue is a
main artery.
gateway, is a main artery leading out the city. So all these like tour buses.
I mean, it's
that
essentially it's
come
like Route
into
50.
DC. Yeah, any tour buses or Peter Pan or whatever the fuck, anything that's coming in and out of the city comes down New York Avenue, and that Wendy's parking lot was built to actually accommodate some of these tour buses too. So I think we should look into that, or somebody might know that Wendy's might have been the most busiest Wendy's in the whole country. That's
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
we'll look into it. We'll find.
I don't
out.
think
It's
so,
just-
but-
there's
You don't
there's
think
a
so?
lot of
Who else?
Nah.
There's a
There's
lot
no,
of
nobody goes to Wendy's.
There's a Wendy's on Georgia Avenue that stays popping.
I've seen that Wendy's, but
It really stays popping.
I don't know.
It does.
It's right there by the Safeway, right?
Yeah,
that one.
right there.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, man, it's just
Shout out to
interesting
Wendys.
see
They're
how the
racist.
city's changing. I think the city is they're
Wendys
trying to
Karen.
implement they're trying to
Where's the
implement
beef?
bike lanes everywhere across DC. So like they're gonna do it on 16th Street soon. We see
This
what
is
they've done to
bullshit.
14th Street. I mean, they're trying to make it more.
No, I
more
think that I
family
think you
friendly.
should have bike lanes.
Fuck
'cause
these bikes, man.
Nah, because there's nothing worse than a motherfucker on a bike riding in the middle of the street.
They ride in the middle of the street anyway. And
Yeah,
think
but
they-
if there's
they
a
got-
bike, if there's a bike lane,
listen to me.
then
These motherfuckers, you got to pick one side of the fence. All right, you're either a bike and you feel like you should be treated like a car, so you're gonna ride in the middle of the street. If that's the case, stick to that. And when you come to a red light, don't try to swivel into the front. Stay in the back.
or run the red light.
Yeah, they do all of that. Like they don't
Yeah.
pay any attention to any of the traffic laws. But
Except
then
for they want to tell you to share the road with them.
yeah, share the road. Yo, listen, I'm on a fucking bike. I need to take up the whole fucking lane.
Now,
Fuck out of here.
I'm all for bike lanes though. Put the
Man.
bikers in the bike lanes. Let them have their thing.
Listen, you need bike lanes.
Yeah.
I'll be coming up real close on them too.
But
That's because
I'm
when
joking,
Jerome when
I'm not
Jerome's
doing
out
that.
with Bella, he want to be in the bike lane.
But the thing about it is, you need smart bikers, right?
You
So I
need-
do
you need
agree in
better
the fact
bikers,
that
yeah.
you need people to understand. Like, you might need to institute a helmet rule. I see a lot of people that don't wear helmets.
I mean, I think in theory, I think that there is a helmet law. I don't think DC police really enforce any kind of traffic laws that I see. I mean, motherfuckers doing wheelies on 4-wheelers down U Street back and forth all night.
Oh man, I got to shout out
and the police just watching them do wheelies. So
Because
they're not,
because the
because
shit is
that's-
tight. I got to shout out Chad
not saying-
Visionaire.
I'm
who
not
took
saying
some
it's not
amazing
tight.
pictures of the kids riding motorcycles up and down U Street.
Yeah.
Man. He had
I'm not
those
saying
are
it's not
great
tight. I'm
images.
just saying you'd be hard pressed for a cop to enforce a helmet law on a bicycle.
Unless, I think
Yeah,
unless
none of
it-
those kids have on helmets.
unless it
They're
was
all like
very,
I'm talking
very-
about a pedal bike.
Yeah, but we're talking about regular bikes. I don't care about them. Like, I think the thing is that you have to enforce the rules in order to create change, create positive change. But you may have to enforce rules on everything, though, right? Scooters, bikes, anything.
I mean,
with
that's
two
the law.
wheels,
You should have
You're
to be.
supposed to. Yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
riding on the street, then you're supposed to have a helmet on.
correct.
You're supposed to
Yeah.
have brakes. You're supposed to have lights.
So I mean,
They
again,
don't
this
give a
is
fuck.
this is something that needs to be, but you're gonna have these problems when you don't embed it deep into society. Like places like in Europe, was it Amsterdam or Denmark or one of the places, like the bikes are just a part of life.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? Like,
That's Amsterdam.
you
Probably
go to-
also
There's bikes
Denmark.
everywhere. In
but
Amsterdam.
you go to the cafe, you just pick up a bike. It don't even got to be your bike. You just pick up a bike. You know what I'm saying? Like there's hundreds of bikes everywhere,
Yeah.
and it solves a lot of problems.
It's probably different now. They probably got the pay bikes now.
Yeah, but I mean, nevertheless, it's always good to just have options.
Did we
you know?
say we didn't want Denmark? They should just get out of here.
No, they're gone.
They're
they
gone,
out.
right?
They're
Yeah.
gone.
This is all to
ep-
save the earth.
Yeah, episode 131. What's a podcast? So obviously, one of the most disgusting set of images that we all have seen in our lifetime, really, was these Haitian refugees and these border patrol agents literally on horses with whips, trying to stop them from, I believe, crossing the Rio Grande.
Yeah.
And
Unbelievable.
so America I just saw this right now. America is preparing to accept 95,000 Afghan refugees, but they're trying to deport 86 Haitian refugees.
This is fucked up.
86, right? So I know we scream, free Palestine, and we're riding with the Afghans and all that stuff, and it's still very much that. But I feel like the international community and the communities, across the states need to have the same energy for these Afghan refugees. For these Haitian refugees that they had for these Afghan refugees, right? I'm not.
Not only
comparing-
that, I mean, they're talking about illegal people being here. There's over 56,000 Canadians that are here illegally.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like 600,000.
Maybe, maybe it was 560,000, and I read it wrong, which would be more in line along with what you said. But I mean, like, what these fucking images that we're seeing is
It's
so
disgusting.
disturbing. Like,
Yeah.
you're seeing this shit happen in 2021. White men on horses, and with whips in their hands, chasing down black men and women holding little babies in their hand.
It's ridiculous.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Kamala Harris Joe Biden, y'all were talking all that shit about kids in camps getting locked up, Mexican men and women getting locked up in camps, like, and this is happening under your watch
Right.
in 2021.
I truly believe that this was not something that this administration saw coming. I don't think they felt that they were going to have to deal with the gravity of something this heavy. You know what I'm saying? I think that they thought there were a certain amount of issues at hand that they could just keep at bay and deal with. But, you know, this things like this are never bad until the world finds out about them. And with social media,
Oh, they found it out immediately.
magnifying, everybody knows. We might know before they know, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, Biden's numbers are slipping tremendously. I don't think the pass off to Kamala is going to be anything as easy as they felt it was going to be. And they're just not getting the job done. That's really what it comes down to. Like,
Yeah.
you need, I think at this point in time, to stop sugarcoating stuff. Let's speak about things like the adults that we are, and let's handle business like the adults that we are.
Yeah,
You
stop
can put-
going to dinner with fucking Nas.
You can put money into
No bullshit.
You
Yeah.
can put, but I'm saying you can put money into a lot of different things in this world, but you're not able. There's millions of very very intelligent people in these states, and you tell me y'all can't find anybody to help create programs to help with refugees from across the world. Like your motto is landed a free home of the Braves. People have been coming here for years.
This
But
country
It's
is
okay. It's always okay when it's white people coming
Well,
in.
it's
This
every-
country is
don't get it
only
fucked
has
up.
only has immigrants in this country, dog. Everybody's
Everything-
a fucking immigrant.
Everything is great,
Except for
until,
the natives
Right.
who the land belongs to.
Right.
Everything is great until it happens to black people. Black people get the
Yep.
rawest deal when it comes to everything.
You
Right.
know,
I'm even at a point now where I'm looking for the support from other ethnic groups for black people. Like I love to see, you know, oh, we got the first Asian this, or we got the first
Yeah.
Hispanic American this, right? Cool. But are those groups supporting black people, and have they
Yeah.
been supporting black people?
That needs
And
to be demanded of everybody. And,
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
just
brought up
saying,
a
like-
good point. I just saw a post actually right before we were taping. Tony Lewis Jr., who's a local activist here in Washington, D.C., posted, Black people are treated worse in every situation. Voter, defendant, inmate, student, patient, customer, employee, owner, and migrant. Like in any respect you look at it, black people somehow always get treated the worst by America. Whether it's killing black men and women by fucking apparently what's supposed to be people who are supposed to enforce the laws of this country. Like
Right.
the police do not kill anybody else as much as they kill black men and women. Like that's just a fucking fact. And nothing happens with zero repercussions, except for like maybe the last two. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and maybe not.
and maybe not.
Yeah.
Like this is just, oh man, it breaks my heart to see this shit happening, man. The images I saw today of a man holding his baby, dog, baby who looked like she was less than a year old, in his arms, crossing the water and being chased by a dude on a horse with a whip and a cowboy hat. I honestly thought it was like something coming up from like a racist movie, like what was it? Jenga? What was it? My man's name? Django? With
Django.
yeah, I thought this was
The
like
D- the D
Django
is silent.
2.0, 2.0 with my man Jamie. What's his name? The comedian
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
I think
forget
wasn't
Django. I think Django was the name of it.
Django.
Yeah,
Django.
I thought this
Samuel L.
was like a
Jackson in
sequel or
that
some
too.
shit.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson was in that too, right?
But it's so
Samuel
fucking,
Jackson's fucking in everything.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. We gotta sit down and really break down everything he's been in one day.
So I think again, and this is just a microcosm of, you know what I'm saying, things that have happened, but we live in DC. People should know that. And so we've all the entire United States have been sort of keeping up with this story about this blogger woman who disappeared, right? And she was from Florida. I think they found her car in Wyoming.
They found her body.
Then they found the body today,
Yeah.
And
and
her
then they
boyfriend's on the run.
he's on the because he came back to the state. He came back to Florida, lawyered up, and then got low. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now they can't find him, and now they just today they confirmed that it looks like homicide. Some family blogger was editing, excuse me, was editing footage that they took of on, and they found him. They're the ones who found him. It was like some literally some family
They
editing
found
footage.
her.
They found the vehicle,
Yep.
right?
She was in the vehicle.
She was in the vehicle, I believe, right? But what I'm saying is this: the entire world knows about this.
Yeah.
But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of black girls that go missing consistently.
Yep.
And we never hear a word about it. We never hear to the point where like I am not paranoid about it with Isabella per se.
You got to be
But
paranoid.
It's literally probably
I'm paranoid about it with my daughters.
It's my number one fear with her, and I know
Yeah.
she wants to express her and have her own sort of
independence.
independence and all
Yeah.
that. And I'm just like, you know what? That's just not happening until you're 25. And
Nah.
even in,
Yeah.
just
Just
'cause
stop
things
talking.
happen. Yeah, just
Yeah.
Like I will be there to take you, to pick
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah.
First dad there. Let's play no games. You know what I'm saying?
Same
Because
thing.
It's entirely
Same
too much
fucking
going
thing.
on out here.
Same thing. Our kids are the same age, and she wants to do things and all that. And nah, keep quiet. This is how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But it's. I'm the first one day to pick them up from school. Like I'm not even waiting. I'm not giving you a chance to take my kid. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just so disturbing that this one white woman and don't get me wrong, what's happened is terrible. It's so I can't even imagine what her family's going through because she looks like she was 22 or 23 years old,
Yeah,
right?
she's a baby.
She's a young woman, and what's happening, what's going on with her family is terrible, and prayers. But the fact that this one case was on every news outlet's head, like fucking covered by everybody.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of cases of young black women and actually even black men, like little boys getting, and this is becoming a fucking problem. Like the kidnappings
Yeah,
and
showing up
the,
missing.
and young women getting fucking taken into sex trade and become sex workers, and nobody cares about it. Nobody covers it. The police don't even fucking care to look as much as they should.
Yeah.
The FBI does not even get involved. And here you have this one adult woman who went away with her boyfriend on a cross-country hiking trip
Like
or
a
some shit like that.
photo blog hiking trip.
Right? And every fucking agency in the country got involved, and as they should, but they just should be involved for everybody.
Yeah, you need that same energy with everybody.
Like, what is America coming to, dog? Like, this shit does not even feel like any of this is real.
Well, I think the thing about it is as we've gotten older, we realize that the people who we believed were here to protect and serve us don't do that. They have their own interests that they're committed to, and it's best if the sooner you learn that, the less you have this fairy tale belief of them, and you just take care of things on your own time. I'm not saying you have to injure anybody or hurt anybody, but it's always better to be proactive than to be reactive, right? And
That's a fact.
And so I don't believe that the greater good of, let's just say, colonizers are here to protect black people.
No.
It's literally not in their DNA. Like,
no.
They've had studies where they see stress has literally changed the DNA of black people, black men as well. Like, so if you're telling me 400 years of slavery can change the DNA of black people, you can't tell me that 400 years of capitalism,
not giving a fuck, did not
imperialism,
change the DNA of white people. Yep.
All of a sudden their DNA is going to change because George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd. It was a terrible situation, but my greater belief is that colonizers do not have black people's best interests at their heart.
Some
at
do.
all.
Some do.
I'm saying the greater amount. There's always
for sure.
Exceptions to
sympathizers and allies.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always that.
In 2021, I've seen more white dudes with black wives than I can ever remember seeing.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like,
Shout out to my guy Neil. You know what I'm saying? But
Neil been doing it for a minute though.
yeah,
He's not a new guy.
Yeah, nah, Neil's true to this. Neil's true to this.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to
overall,
Neil.
though, but even in like commercials, like you see it on TV. You see it
Yeah,
in multiple places.
it's
TV
very
shows,
forced.
all that.
It's very forced in the commercials, though. Like Capital One, you got to relax. We know you guys are
Yeah,
fucking
but, like,
racist, all right?
Hit U
Like,
Street.
every now and then they try to do it. They try to throw in the Indian joint with the white dude. Like, come on, man. You guys, you got to relax, fam. Like, you're doing way too much. We know you're not this culturally diverse. You're built on fucking racism.
You said U Street's popping like that, Rome?
Oh yeah, I dropped. Sorry, Tom, it dropped.
Yeah, Silent Tom is not happy with that.
Yeah, it dropped. Yeah, U Street, H Street, anything.
Don't touch
that's
the
like-
mic, Jerome. Don't touch the
Yeah,
mic.
it dropped. You can watch the video, but it literally just you see it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just see like, and I just
Listen,
you
love
know,
is love. Like, everybody should, you know what I'm saying, get with who you want. And
Hell yeah.
for
I mean,
sure. But at the
listen.
same time, though, there's greater.
Yeah.
There's greater
But there is
things.
such a thing as what do they call it? Like there's some white guys who only go like a fetish. Like there is a
Yes,
fetish
like a
thing.
fetish, yes.
And that's a very real thing as well.
But I
and
believe the fetish traditionally has been more so for Asian women.
yeah, they catch a lot of that, man, from white men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't like if I even see
That
that
shit is nasty.
situation, I'm just kind of like I don't even.
That's
know,
not,
man.
I mean,
I mean, if you think about like
no, I'm saying like a fetish is like
Bro,
I don't know, white
Mitch
dudes being
McConnell's wife
white dudes
is
being into
fucking
Asian girls
Asian.
isn't nasty.
No, Mitch McConnell's wife is Asian. There's no way Mitch McConnell likes Asians.
Yeah,
Mitch
She's gotta
McConnell.
be a lot younger than him too, right?
No, she's not that much younger than him, but I think he has sort of like programmed her to have his beliefs. She's now the chief Republican.
Wow.
And I'm sure it starts out as some I don't even know, man, but the white dudes who do that, you know, they want to sort of control women and they don't really love women from those races.
Yeah.
It's just sort of some sort of satisfaction they get from being with these women.
Right.
And that's what I mean is nasty.
Well, it goes-
I don't
but it
mean
also-
like
it also
falling
goes
in
back-
love with an Asian woman is nasty. I don't
Nah,
I don't mean that's not what we're saying at all.
You're like white guys with Asian women is disgusting. I'm like,
I
no,
meant
it's
the
not.
white guys who have a fetish for Asian
Well,
women.
Yeah.
two things, right? So one, you know, we realize that like this is embedded in history, though. Look at like Mulan. Look at all of these sort of
What's a Mulan?
Mulan's the kids movie.
Oh, right. Yeah. I
White
don't
guy-
know what happened. I know what you're talking about though.
White guy is like her main counterpart sort of interest. What's the other one?
Frozen?
Nah.
No.
What's the Indian movie?
Aladdin.
No.
Nah.
Shit.
You know,
we
it's
should
like
know this. We
super
got kids.
popular. Yeah.
Milana.
Nah. What's
No.
the one?
I think that's
That's the
thing
one he
that
just
we're
said,
talking about.
Mulan.
Nah, but whatever. You know what it is though. It's the Indian movie. It was the Pilgrims and then and they
Aladdin?
came in. Nah,
Tarzan?
Nah, Indian like native movie, not
Yeah,
Indian.
native.
We don't call them Indians. We call them Native American movie.
No, I think he means Indian.
No, I mean like feather.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
I'm just
Like Native American.
you remember
he
girls,
said
girls,
feather.
girls? You remember
Yeah.
girls?
Red dot or feather.
Red dot or
Yeah.
feather?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. All right.
So
Jay
listen-
was problematic in his day. Everybody was.
But that song is great.
That song
That's
is
super
fire.
problematic.
Do you still play that in the club?
I do early.
You
You'll
should.
hear that- If you come to Eaton on Saturday, you'll hear it.
That shit is a
Ooh.
fire song, man.
Also, number 2, we want to give a shout out to our guy Imran. Imran made he confessed something to Abdul and myself this week in the DM.
What did he say?
I mean, that wasn't really a confession.
I don't know what Imran is. Has Imran ever said what he is?
Imran is Trinidadian.
Imran Trinidadian.
Yeah.
I
Is he
believe
Muslim?
Yeah.
Oh, he's Muslim and he's Trinidadian. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that common for
Yes.
Trinidadian
Yeah,
Muslims?
yeah.
Okay.
So then we're having,
There's a huge Muslim population in Trinidad, and at what time the Muslims took over the government? This shit was ill.
okay.
There was like a coup that happened. I think it was short lived, but the motherfuckers took over the radio, took over the government, took over the military, like all kinds of shit. But go ahead. What were you saying?
So we're having a comment. I think he must have made a comment about last week's episode,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, we talking about Dr. Umar."
Oh,
And,
right. Yeah.
And we're talking about how we might have thought Umar had a white wife, and then
Yeah,
Imran goes on to confess that he himself
has a white wife.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, of course not.
But then he has to be like, she's Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's
He's like, she's from Brooklyn. She's Italian.
Yeah. And he's from New York too. He's a New Yorker. Nah, listen, shout out to Imran and Omar, Dr. Umar, of course.
Shout out to Imran. That was a funny exchange.
It was funny.
Very funny exchange.
I did not see that one coming. I was like,
hilarious.
Imran have a fetish? Nah.
Then I came back. I put the picture of Dr. Umar in there, and it was over.
That was perfect timing. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Episode 131.
Shout out to our guy Imran, man.
Yeah, episode 131 was a podcast. We are here in the clear. So we are. There is a huge debate on Twitter, and I've seen it kind of going on all day about in 2021, is Drake bigger than Michael Jackson at his peak? Absolutely not.
No way.
I don't know if you guys seen the video. Matter of fact, I know you have seen the video
of
Michael Jackson. He was in like Budapest or something.
Okay.
And he comes out of his hotel room.
Yeah.
And there's like 100,000 people outside of his hotel room.
Have we seen Drake come out of his hotel room in Budapest?
Listen to me. You cannot compare the two. Either.
I'm joking.
All we saw with Drake was him and Fat Joe and DJ Khaled at dinner.
Yeah, okay, and you know what? And mind you, what Mike was doing to the public around the world was before fucking the internet. All right? Yeah. It was just no way. Yo,
word of mouth.
I grew up in Sierra Leone in West Africa in the 80s. All the way till I moved to America in 1990. And Michael Jackson was the biggest fucking thing in Sierra Leone. Like, you would see men with Michael Jackson jackets and jerry curls trying to be like Mike. Like, there were actually contests as who could dance as well as Mike. Like, who could dance just like Mike. Like,
you won that concert.
I did. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Crazy moonwalk skills.
I was nasty with it. I won like 2 Leons, which is like probably
less than a penny.
It's worth less than a penny today. Yeah. But and all of this was happening before the internet. There is no comparison that Drake can even remotely touch what Mike did, man. Mike was worldwide with his shit for real. You know, like, and before, like I said, there was no way of fucking getting, I got like Thriller on a VHS. Somebody come to fucking the UK on vacation and taped that shit and put it on a VHS and brought it back to Sierra Leone.
Like
Somebody else
like
made
all
it.
dubbed out.
Yo, dubbed out. Like, and I got like 8 dubs from it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my shit was blurry. But this is the sort of shit people had to go through to kind of watch that. And myself, my sisters, my parents, we all watched that tape till we fucking ran it dry. Like, that's how much we love fucking Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael's the greatest artist probably of all time. I am obviously a big Prince fan as well.
I thought we were boycotting Mike though.
I think we did boycott Mike. I'm talking about in the 80s when
I think you were part of that too. I thought you weren't playing Mike heavy in the club no more.
I play Baby Be Mine all the time. It's the greatest song ever. Yeah.
But the thing is, all of that happened. That did not happen like during Mike's peak. You know what I mean? Like what I experienced. My love for Mike, what I experienced as a kid, does not go away because of what I found out about him as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, today I know better.
So you still listen to the R. Kelly shit when you were 16?
When I was 16?
Yeah, like when shit first came out?
Yeah, I didn't know what R. Kelly
was
doing.
Pre-pedophile R. Kelly's okay?
He was probably still a pedophile even then.
That's what I'm saying.
At 16, he was probably fucking with like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, but when you were,
we didn't know that.
When you were blind to what was going on, you could still listen to that era.
R. Kelly was dope.
No, he was dope, but you still listen to him now?
No.
Why, no. What's the difference between him and
I don't listen to Mike now.
Okay, word. Me neither.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just saying.
I mean, I listen to it if somebody else is playing it at a club because I can't tell the DJ cut that
of
shit
course.
off.
I'm just
But
saying.
I'm not listening to Mike no more.
I'm just saying what Mike did when we were kids.
For sure. I mean, he's the
is
biggest fucking star in the whole world.
I don't think Drake even comes close
Drake
to it, man.
Drake will never be as big of a star as Michael Jackson.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody crying because
I don't think
Michael
anybody.
Jackson.
I don't think
because
anybody.
they met Drake.
I don't think anybody in music ever will be a bigger
I've
star
seen
than Michael
videos
Jackson.
of Mike in Japan, and people are weeping at his concerts. They're crying, dog.
Like
I don't even know why. I don't even know why. I don't. I'm like, yo, why? I don't understand that though. Like, why are you crying?
They can't control their emotions.
I think the Japanese culture is all about like being obsessed and like kind of fanatics about things.
I get that, but why do you have to cry?
Because
Is crying a part of that?
They're so overwhelmed with just the person that they're obsessed about being right there in front of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh my God, I got these new Levi's. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
don't front. You shed like a
oh
little
my
tear.
God, I got the Levi's.
You shed like a little
collab.
tear.
They cry over Levi's fragment now, but 20, 30 years ago, they were crying over Michael. Exactly.
The Phenom.
Co.jp. You know what I'm saying?
Co.jp Concepts Japan. Oh man.
Whatever it is.
Maybe I might cry over some sneakers.
If I would have won those white, if I would have won those white and red dunks, I would have cried. You know what I'm saying?
You like them like that?
I do.
I mean,
I like those a lot.
I wouldn't have cried. I'm just saying, but obviously, I was a super kid when he was at his height. You know what I'm saying? In the early to mid '80s. But
I'm telling you that I grew up in West Africa, where we did not have electricity 90% of the time, which means we barely even had television or radio, and Michael Jackson was still the biggest fucking thing in the whole planet to us. There was no other artist that came close. Like maybe Bob Marley before Bob Marley was big, don't get me wrong, but Bob Marley died in, I want to say 1981. I do not remember his legacy like maybe like my parents or our parents do, right? So
yeah,
Michael Jackson in the 80s was fucking something else, man. Like he was untouchable. There was nothing else like it. Nothing. Drake does not come close.
Well, shout
respectfully.
Out to Mike. Shout out to Mike, man. He's
and shout out to the Sixth God too. He's a monster, but
yeah.
And you know, I don't know who started this debate on Twitter, but it definitely became a trending topic, and people were caping for everybody.
I mean, it's just Twitter. There's so many random things that happen on Twitter that
Facts.
I think it just depends on what you're looking to get into. You know what I'm saying? What road you're trying to go down. So episode 131, What's a Podcast? We are absolutely moving and grooving. Gunna opened a free grocery store at his old middle school. Gunna's been in the news a lot lately because of his fits. His outfits have
been wearing dresses and shit.
He's
really?
been expressing himself differently.
Okay.
But
he's been wearing dresses and shit. He hasn't been expressing himself differently.
But dresses were a theme of New York Fashion Week. I think you're seeing more and more black men doing it. Cuddy had a dress on.
Westbrook
had a dress on. And you know what?
Little Nas X had an evening gown on.
Of course. But here's my thing. You know what? Wear your dresses. It doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't affect me at all either.
That's what I'm saying. So wear your dress, bro. Like,
but that shit.
There are plenty of women who.
Why is it only black men wearing it? Is there white men wearing dresses as well?
I think we're at a point where these particular black men have infiltrated fashion and feel this is the next step they want to do to express themselves. I personally am not saying I'm ever going to wear a dress. I don't think I'm ever going to wear a dress. But in the same respect, what they do doesn't affect me to the point of
no, of course not. I'm just wondering.
But we're different
like,
people.
is this like a thing, like amongst everybody, like fashion?
I've seen other people who are upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing is this:
like upset why?
Because black men are wearing dresses and they feel like there's a thing out there where they feel like there's a sort of a demasculization of the black man. And this is a plan.
Yeah.
Listen. And I think that there's people who truly, truly believe it between the media and between like the entertainment industry that there is literally a plan to just, make black men less masculine in the general. And you start with the stars and it's a trickle down effect. I am in nightclubs 5 nights a week. I've never seen a black dude wear a dress in a
At all.
nightclub.
At all.
Right, in a nightclub. And I'm around people of every, you know what I'm saying, occupation.
Orientation,
Orientation.
occupation.
Never seen it. You know what I'm saying? And if there was
Yeah.
somebody that pulled up with it, hey man, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? For me, it doesn't upset. It's not a bad example. It's not. It's just this particular one person's ideal. Now, if a
Yeah.
group walks in, and that's how that group gets down. But you're
How
never
did
gonna
this
see.
get started? Like,
I just think, I think in fashion in general, it just went there. And then
but
you
it
had
seems like it's only fashion to like black men though, because I don't think I've seen white people or any other colored
nah, I
men
seen white
wearing
dudes.
dresses. Okay, all
I
right.
seen white
So
dudes.
I'm just
But
removed
I'll be honest.
from.
I'll be honest with you. My radar isn't so much on
Them.
them and just like Asians and Hispanics per se, right? Bad Bunny is a very, very popular Hispanic artist, and what his sexuality is always in question, right? He has a
But
girlfriend.
is he wearing dresses?
Not. I mean,
Oh, okay.
no, I think he did wear a dress on a magazine cover. Yeah,
He, I believe, has come out that he's,
both ways.
yeah, he goes,
Right.
you know,
There's no question about Cuddy or Westbrook's sexuality. They're just wearing dresses.
they're
You know what I'm
heterosexual
saying?
men. Is what
Yeah,
you're
they're
saying.
heterosexual
Okay.
men to the fullest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they weren't, hey, that would be fine too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
for
are.
sure.
All I'm saying is that it's fashion in general, I believe, has gone this way, and they said, you know what, let me get with that. And so, it just is a situation where I think some people felt the need to speak out about it and that whole plan. Gunna has been wearing some fits. Gunna is keeping Christian Dior in business, right? Like
Is he though?
everything is all you see.
I feel like they're probably giving him that shit.
Dior is the I don't get not the Gunna. Dior is the new whatever you want to call it for black people. Burberry 20 years ago, Miskeen t-shirts.
Moschino. Not
Moschino.
Moschino is like some DC shit.
No,
No,
I thought
Miskeen-
Miskeen was
Miskeen-
Philly.
Miskeen was Philly, yeah. Or,
Okay,
or
but
there
that
was
was some
somebody on the
DC
East Coast,
shit,
but it
too.
was the painted tees.
Yeah, like bubble
He
paint.
actually had an Air Force One. I have the Miskeen Air Forces.
All I'm saying
Yep.
is that is when black people get a hold of something, they go crazy with
They
it.
take it and run with it.
That's how Dior is right now.
Yeah.
I've been DJing at Victory and the Dior everything. Dior and Prada are like it for
That shit
the-
don't make
Yeah.
you cool.
Nah,
It, I mean, the only Prada that is acceptable to this day is still the America's Cups.
Yep.
But I'm seeing Prada vests, bucket hats, Dior, everything you can imagine. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
Gunna opened a free grocery store in his old middle school. It offers food, clothes, and hygiene items for students in need, and everything in the store is free. So
I think
out
that's dope, man. Shout out
It's
to
incredible.
Gunna. Whatever you wear, it is what it is. We don't care, but what you're doing for your community and for your people, I think that's tight. And where's he from? He's from Atlanta, right?
Yep.
I'm assuming
Yes.
he's from Atlanta. That's a bad assumption to make. This is actually
he
it's a
is from
good
Atlanta.
assumption to make, just because everybody that makes music right now seems that they're from the South and they're from Atlanta. But for you to give back to these children, I think is dope. Free food, and there's a video of it. It opened up today. It really does look like a grocery store. So I think that's great, man. I think for him to give back like that is dope. We need to see more of that, and it made me become a bigger fan of his, man. I already fuck with his music a little bit, but for me to see that he's doing something like that means a lot. I like that. I like that.
Shout out to Gunna. Shout out to everybody who's just putting in, helping people give back and
Hell
making
yeah.
it better than the situations they had. So, episode 130, where we're here in Washington, D.C. By the time you hear this, they're going to be gone. But the Wu Tang Clan and Commonwealth has an amazing collaboration.
Yeah,
That kicks off on the 22nd. So by the time you hear this, you might be short.
I need that hoodie,
I
and
believe
there's a
there's-
tee as well. You said
Tees, hoodies, tote bags, and there's one other item. I forget. I saw the line sheet
I'm not a tote bag guy. Are you guys tote bag guys?
all day.
I'm not a tote bag guy.
I have
you-
probably
you-
50
you-
of them.
You put that joint on your shoulders, or you hold it in your hand?
It just depends on the vibe.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, going to Eaton. let me
You
get some
immerse it
work
up a
done.
little bit.
And I don't do that, but it's a
Eh,
vibe.
little
you know
bit.
What I'm saying? It's just a way. It's just a thought. It's a way of thought. you
It's
know what I'm saying?
fashion.
It's just
It's you and
convenience.
Kid Cudi.
Nah, I'm not that far with it. But
You gonna rock it
Right,
with you wearing a skirt and shit?
nah, I mean, there's JJ Jound. JJ Jound made their first probably $500,000 off of tote bags. He was one of the first ones that put it in this sort of new age lexicon. They made these tote bags, sold out crazy. Then they made it with a gallery in LA, sold out crazy. And then from that point, JJ Jones just
Where are
took
they
off.
from? They're from Canada, right?
Montreal.
Canada.
Yeah. Canada.
Justin
I mean,
Saunders.
a tote bag. I might fuck with a tote bag, like if I'm in the airport or something like that, and I just need like a bag where I could like get into all my shit. But I'm not. I don't have a tote bag.
Yeah,
don't like-
I'm not a
I don't
tote
like-
bag guy either.
I don't like that. I like it when it's like I'm going to Eaton or I'm going somewhere, laptop, charger.
I ain't the
Something
type of dude to
simple.
just carry a laptop around either. You know what I'm saying? So
But that's
that
what I'm saying, if
might
I
be
have it-
why.
But I have a direct thing while I'm going down there, right? So cool. But Commonwealth, the gear looks really good. It was produced really well. It's on everybody who works at Commonwealth social media, and there's videos crazy. There's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And so you'll be seeing all of us post it for the next 4 days.
Do we know?
And,
So is there also an in-store happening, or is that still a
I haven't
secret?
seen anything about it. I haven't gotten a text. I woke up to a text this afternoon that I thought was announcing that, and it wasn't. It was just more marketing to push. But so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go down to the store early tomorrow morning to see what's good. So I'm gonna try to get in there and see what's popping.
Snatch up a couple teas. Hoodies,
Absolutely, yeah.
bags.
I gotta get
Yeah,
something for
I'm
Kel.
gonna do that too.
You know what I'm saying? So I suggest anybody, if you hear this, if you know somebody, get there early and just get it going. Even
Word.
in the rain tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best time to go streetwear shopping.
yeah, for sure.
Nobody lined up out there waiting for the sneakers in the rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we had sneakers to line up for, but we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? We'll get there.
What sneakers
So-
are y'all fucking with? Speaking of sneakers,
Those dunks, those white and red
those
dunks.
red and white ones,
Yes.
right, Rome? Man, they might be the best ones I've seen in a minute.
I don't think so.
Tough.
No, they're fire.
Well, those.
Well, let's see him.
I-
Bust them out, Abdul. We know you got like 6 pairs of them.
No, I only got one pair, but it's not here yet.
What? I wanted I also wanted the gray ones that came out today too.
Those are
are
fire.
The white and gray ones?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with those. I'm
Those
good.
were-
See, I think those are better than the white and red
Those
ones.
No
in the-
way.
those in the fall with a pair of sweatpants. Game
Nah.
over.
They're a
Game
little
over.
bit too plain, man.
That's the whole.
That's
point.
what a dunk is.
Yeah.
That's not what a dunk is. The
I'm kinda
first
not
dunks
really-
were not playing at all.
I'm kind of not
What
really.
were the
like,
first dunks?
The first dunks
Be True to
were
schools, weren't they?
yeah, the Be True to Schools, 85.
that's
They were
pretty plain.
No, they weren't. The Michigan ones were
I
yellow
mean,
and
it's a-
blue.
I mean, it's a plain like silhouette. Like it's like a not too.
I'm not
busy,
talking
it's a
about the
plain
silhouette
shit.
at all. I'm just talking
Yeah.
about the colors. I just thought the colors were just eh.
Yeah.
I have like, I'd rather do like if I'm gonna go that route, I might as well just do like white on white Air Forces,
yeah.
I mean,
that's-
again,
which you can never go wrong with.
you can never go wrong with it. But the new people that have gentrified the white on white Air Force,
Yeah,
I'm good on it. I'd
oh,
rather.
You're
they
right.
wearing them dirty though.
I'd rather. It doesn't. But at some point they're clean. So all I'm saying is I'd rather just have a.
Yeah,
pair
but they clean and they tied up extra
But
tight.
It don't even matter.
Yeah.
You give me a pair of white and
They-
white and gray dunks, and I'm good money.
I will say that the gentrifiers that have come into the Air Force One field as of recent, and we see them rocking it all crazy, they have not decreased my love for the shoe.
Me neither.
Like, so I don't even pay attention to that. Like, white girls, do your thing. I'm still love the fucking shoe, and I'm gonna still continue wearing it.
Same.
I mean, I was good on those dunks. Like, I'm fine. You know what dunks I do want? There's a it's almost like a USC colorway, like a burgundy or red and gold colorway coming out. I don't know if y'all
Crazy.
have seen that.
Crazy,
That shit looks crazy.
insane. They're not even on.
You want to
sneakers
talk
yet,
about
but
fall colors? Like, that joint looks crazy, and I think they're coming out this fall, man. Yeah,
I think they're putting out too many dunks. I think they're ruining it. too.
I think that's gonna be what the dunks is. I think it's just gonna be a shoe that we're not gonna see go away. It's just gonna be here like GRs forever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the more limited versions of dunks is gonna be maybe like SBs or something like that. That you can get at a skate shop.
or just like off whites or whatever it is.
Yeah, or like Virgil decides to do a dunk, or Travis has a dunk come out. Yeah. Speaking of Travis, I got my Travis One lows from our friends over at Soul Priorities.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
You
was
know-
at Unconventional Diner yesterday. You guys been there before?
Nah, what's
Yeah.
that?
It's on
Plenty
9th Street.
plenty of times.
It's on what?
9th Street, across from
It's-
Longview
it's
Gallery
like-
over there.
It's
Black.
like
Oh, I
in
have
the
been
lower
there.
part of like the convention center.
Love it.
Yes.
I saw a group of kids from Virginia.
Manassas?
Nah, they had money. Arlington. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And they all had them on.
StockX White Boys.
7 dudes.
StockX White Boys or
Nah, Red Dot. So I just
Oh
Yo.
damn! I tears.
I tears, but like
Yeah.
daddy
They're
has
like-
money.
Oh, okay.
We all got the range. We got the
Yeah.
Dior on. I'm like, y'all are wearing all this to go to the Unconventional Diner.
Well,
Like,
maybe they had walked up from the Dior store in City Center.
or maybe that's the Dior store in City Center. Those some and stuff. I don't think.
nah,
they don't?
they were.
Oh,
they
maybe-
hopped,
I don't think so.
no, they hopped out of Range Rovers. I was like, what are
All
you?
right.
I mean, get it how you live. Maybe that's just how they dress every fucking day. If
It was
you
kinda
get it
corny,
like that,
it was kind of
So, but they had on lows or highs.
lows.
all of them
They look terrible on
Out
them.
of 7, I'll say 5 of them had them on.
choked up, super tight.
I wonder if they were real. Because you got to ask that these days. You got to think it, right? Like, I just don't
The
know
only-
whether
I mean,
they
the only-
get real or
the
not.
only-
I mean, they Indian. They got that plug, the Asian plug, huh?
That's a good point. They do. They got access right to the fake factories.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god!
Fake Dior, real Range Rover. You could pull off the fake Dior. And the fake,
Maybe they're fake
Travis
Range
ones.
Rovers.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
Maybe it's an F-150 with a range body kit on it.
Nah,
No?
nah.
Yo, these Air Max BWs. come
I
out
knew
on
somebody
the-
back in the day who had a Pontiac Fiero with a fucking
Ferrari
Ferrari,
kit on it?
with a Ferrari kit on it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a kit; it was an actual Ferrari body on top of the
With
Fiero
like steering
engine.
wheel, seats.
No, everything. Everything was Ferrari, but when
Except
you
for
popped
the
the hood
engine.
open, it was actually a Pontiac Fiero.
That shit, he would flexing mad slow.
Yeah,
Not
he
trying
would
to
just
race
be
nobody.
cruising
Yeah.
like, yo,
Did it
2
work for
miles
him?
an hour, so everybody sees you.
Did it work for him?
Nah, he actually never used it. I think he bought it as a joke, and I never actually saw him driving it. I'm joking about saying that he was flexing it.
I mean, he was driving.
So
it.
anyway, these Air Max BWs.
He actually got it in like somebody owed him some money and they couldn't pay up, and he just took it just
like-
to be funny. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The Air Max BWs come out Thursday.
Those
matter
are
of fact.
fire. I need
Yeah,
those.
those are fire.
Which ones? The original
The-
ones?
yeah, the
Yep.
white, black, and purple.
Persian,
Yeah.
Persian, violet.
Yeah.
Is that the colorway?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming out with an orange pair that's fire too, and then they're
Yeah,
coming out
the
with an
orange pair
all
looks
all
good.
black pair with purple on it. That's fire.
You know what I
also.
really like that came out? The Air Max 96. They had an original colorway that came out that dropped, and I think it's still sitting in stores. I need to make a trip out somewhere and go see if I can find them.
Air Max 96. What does that look like?
It's the white pair. It's got a little bit of teal and black. They're fire, man. The
There
chili red
is
Air
a-
Max 95s are also coming out.
96. What do they look like?
You guys remember that white? Remember that SB Dunk Low? It was white with a green swoosh
Yep.
and a green bottom. They're dropping that again. but
Oh,
it's
the
a
St.
regular Dunk.
Patrick's? Or St.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's just literally the same shoe without the fat tongue.
Yes.
They-
They actually had a fat tongue version of it too.
Yep. I'm saying this one doesn't have a fat tongue. It's just a
Oh, I
regular
see.
white dunk, green swoosh, and green bottom.
Yeah. It was
They
the
look
St.
amazing.
Patrick's.
Yeah, they're
It
dropping
was like
those
something to
again.
do with Boston or something like that.
Yeah, they're dropping.
Those are coming back out.
Mm-hmm.
I like those.
Regular version, no SB.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with it.
I like regular dunks better than SBs. I don't like the puffy tongue myself. I think I said that before. I'm not a fan of the puffy tongue. I know
Listen,
Abdul
man.
likes it. Jerome likes it.
I like
all
both.
All of this you can probably get at Soul Priority, so make sure you check them out. They're-
These Eddie.
Oh,
Air
yep,
Max
those are dope.
96. Yeah.
Those are dope.
Yeah, those are again, Soul Priorities is the spot where you should look to cop all of this. Good
Yeah.
dudes down there. They always look out. Chasen actually bought a $2 Nike shirts from me. So
He bought them even before they went on the site.
that's what I'm saying. I put
Damn, this
Pre-sale.
guy.
I put the preview. I put the little Isabella. We took a couple shots in the store.
Ooh, okay.
He was like, "Yo, give me 2. Bong, send me the bread." I said,
Shout out to our guy Chase, man.
He should actually have them by now. I need to text him and see if he got them. So
Shout out to Zach, Josh, like all these guys, man. They looked out, and I'm glad to get these Travis One lows. I need the highs though. I actually prefer the highs over the lows. I need the highs, guys.
Wow.
If a 9 drops, Call me, please. Yeah, I need those.
What's the podcast? I think I think looking into the fall, summer, we need to fall, winter, spring, summer, whatever. We need to get back on our merch game a little bit. We're supporting a
Yeah,
lot
for
of other
sure.
people, but I got to go to LA, I believe in November. So if somebody else that wants to accompany me, we should do that.
We got a lot of people in Israel,
Here-
dog, that listen to the podcast. We
here's my
might need to
thing.
do like a Hebrew version of the shirt.
I'm not
Ooh.
ready for that. But here's
No?
my thing. I'm not ready for that. Here's my thing.
Tell me.
I'm watching Hidden go crazy.
Okay.
Right? Hidden is just going.
You trying to make some What's a Podcast socks?
I think we can get Christian to do that, right? I think we can get Christian to do that. But Hidden is the guy Jung. Jung obviously is a big part
Yeah.
of Hidden. So we need to.
Oh,
flex
that's his joint too.
He's like 1/3, I believe.
Okay.
We need to flex these relationships. You know what I'm saying? We need a quality What's a Podcast T-shirt because I think we have the community. I think we're putting on for every other brand except for ourselves. And we're closing in on 200 episodes. So
Yeah.
we need to go ahead.
We need something special for that
That's what I'm
200
saying.
episodes.
Let's go.
You're right.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
So, it won't be so much Yums focus this time.
No. This is our own. We gotta do our own thing.
You know what I'm saying? But like, what's the podcast?
Shout out to
about?
Yums though. That was a great collab. First one ever in the history of Yums.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Sold out immediately. Listen, we went in the record books with that one.
For real, I don't
Shit.
even have one.
Bro, it sold out in 24 hours. Some of us didn't even get a shirt.
I didn't even get one.
I don't
Yeah.
get one either.
That's just what we do. Sell out, son.
What's the
Sell
podcast?
out the garden.
Well, what's the podcast? Is now gonna say what is Abdul watching?
Yo, I have been solely focused on finishing Billions. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna watch any other shows until I'm done watching all 5 seasons of fucking Billions. I'm on. I think last week we talked. I was on season 3. I'm on season 4, episode 3 right now. But I do have some info on some shows. A show that I told you everybody to go watch. Ted Lasso on Apple TV just won an Emmy. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, please go watch it. The Wonder Years is coming back November. No, actually this Wednesday. So by the time you listen to the podcast or when this episode comes out, it will already be out. It's the Wonder Years redone. I'm very interested in seeing that. Raising Canaan, my episodes are just piling up. I'm happy because I can binge watch the whole thing. Season 2 of The Godfather Harlem finished up, so go watch that. These are all great shows, by the way. And after I'm done binge watching Billions, the next thing I'm gonna go to is The Wire. Oh, we didn't talk about that, man. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams and the Ravens football team. On what was it? Sunday night they had a game.
Yeah.
Sunday night they had a game against Kansas City Chiefs, which they crushed the Chiefs. But the team came out to the Omar whistle in The Wire. And
They did.
I watched a post on Complex about that. I'm dead honest when I'm saying this. I got goosebumps fucking watching that shit, man. Like that whistle came out and the Omar coming whistle and the hair on the back of my neck stood up. You know what I mean? One of the greatest characters to ever bless television.
That's a fact.
Omar Little, played by Michael K. Williams. Rest in peace to the God, and very, very sad to have lost such a man with such great talents, man. Because Omar wasn't just his only character, man. Chalky White, if you ever watched Boardwalk Empire, and a bunch of everything he did was just fucking amazing, dog. So,
Hell yeah.
really sad to see him gone. But yeah, that I'm glad we talked about TV and I brought up The Wire because that reminded me of that thing that the Ravens did. Washington football team, are you following them? They won a game, right?
Yeah.
I don't follow them.
I don't follow.
Oh, you're
them either.
boycotting them? Is this because you're not working there this year or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I just don't care about them. The fan base of the Washington football team is just very. I don't even want to say it.
You don't like the fans?
It's just
Because the fans still keep calling them by the original name, which I don't like.
I
That
didn't.
that name is now racist. Like if you didn't know before, you know now. Like it's
I don't. I never liked the Atlanta Braves. I never liked the Florida State Seminoles. I never liked the Washington Reds. I never liked their names, and I feel like black people have so much
Cleveland
invested.
Indians.
Cleveland.
Are they still called
but
the
Cle-
Indians?
but
No,
Cleveland,
they phased out the name.
yeah, but Indians
the
isn't
logo.
like a bad term. You know what I mean? Like it's
But I
not
think
like
it was the.
it's
I think
not
it was,
theirs to use, but it's still not a bad term.
But I think it was the way that it was co-opted.
Or how
in
about like the
old-
Kansas the Chiefs? Is that
That's
bad?
It's bad too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad too for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's the way that these football fans sort of co-opt sports fans,
Yeah.
co-opt these names, and then like they'll
Yeah, because
dress up
none
in
of
the
these teams
headdress.
are actually owned by Native Americans. They're
No, and
fucking
that-
white men just
Or like
monopolizing on the name.
giving them any fucking
That's what I said. They're not giving back.
Fuck
to 'em
outta
either.
here.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, nah, that's all I got for TV. Nothing else.
But the Washington football team, the old logo is not even their logo anymore. There's no like affiliation to any like Indian. Or
No,
like
they
native-
changed it
native.
at all, but except
It's
the
just-
fans continue calling it the old name,
Yeah.
which is a very, very insulting word. Like when you really look into what it means and how bad it is, I'm just shocked that it took all these years for us to even learn about it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. But yeah, shout out to that. Is that it? Only Billions? That's the only TV you've been watching?
That's all I've been watching. I mean, there's a bunch of great TV on, but I'm focused on knocking out this whole series.
So I have a lot going on. Obviously, Darla Nikki, Rock Creek's about to start up again, which is beautiful.
Oh, word.
Yeah. I got some Better Than Yours T-shirts that should be done next week. And obviously, I'm still like in the middle of writing this movie, which is fantastic.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Am I in
You
it?
still writing it?
Yeah, still right. I mean, things take time. I'm a novice at this, and I take Photoshop lessons every day. Like it's a lot going on, right?
Are we in the movie? Like
No,
I'm not in the
It's-
movie.
It's in Arizona.
it's about a black. It's just literally about a black. It's like a black movie about nothing. Because I want a black movie. Like all the black movies are about trauma.
Yeah.
Or they're about all. And I just want a black.
Do you
want
want to give away the idea? Don't talk too much about it. Somebody might bite it.
That's
I mean,
cool.
by
don't know.
saying nothing is not really saying anything.
It's literally about just like growing up black, and you know what I mean. So
Okay.
it is what it is. But no,
It's like
I've
the Wonder Years.
Yeah, my new obsession is though I'm very into.
I got to be in this movie, by the way.
Maybe.
All right.
We had like
There's still an Uber driver debut for
we
you.
had a 7-Eleven around the corner from us.
Ooh. Racist.
Just saying.
Yo, you've been going heavy on the red dots this episode.
Whoa.
What's up with that?
Nah, we just been pointing them out.
Who hurt
Literally,
you?
It's fact.
He said we've been pointing him out. It's just been him.
Wow.
But no, there's a new bar in Miami called Dante's Hi-Fi, and I'm completely obsessed with like it's weird. It's like a listening bar. So like 50 people is the max that can be in there.
No talking.
Rich Medina is the resident DJ, and it's just like you pull the records off, he plays them, stuff like that is very interesting.
Oh,
to
that's
me.
downstairs below like a hotel or something.
I don't know the exact.
There's a
location.
club that's already kind of like that has like a bunch of records on the wall and like the DJ pulls it down.
All I'm saying is it's just a very interesting idea to me. I'm very
Well,
interested in like
there's something like that in Tokyo, I believe.
What's it called, Rome?
Dante's Hi-Fi.
Dante's Hi-Fi. Let me see.
Yeah, I've heard of people who've gone to Japan and visited a bar like that.
Japan is called JBS. Yeah,
Right.
That's the one.
Apparently,
in Japan.
it seats like only 4 or 5 people. It's really
Yeah,
small.
so
but
supposedly that guy will look at you and determine what kind of music you're.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've been to this club before.
Nah, it just opened
Really?
Saturday.
Well, they got this. It's a spot that looks just like that.
But JBS is. But I would love to have something like that in DC. I would
Let's
love
do
to
it.
have like a 4-person, 5-person bar. That new place, the Jane or something like that. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Mhm.
It's on 14th Street.
Mhm.
They were like that for a week, and then they opened up outdoor seating. So I don't know if it's still like small like that. But I'm
It's small on the
obsessed-
inside.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with like a 4-person bar with just playing good.
But that means
music
you got to
and, like,
talk to them, and you don't really like talking to people.
yeah,
like
I don't
that.
want to. I'm not gonna be a
Also, at
bartender.
the same time, you got to
I own
pay
it.
bills, dog. That four
do.
seat bar
You do.
ain't paying no fucking 14th Street rent. I know that.
Listen. There's a lot of things out here that pay bills that don't look like they do. You know what I mean? So we just got to find out the
I
hustle
heard that.
and just go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I just am into that right now. Like I'm very much into. I feel like I've done well in many areas, and it's just time to continue to move on. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
you trying to DJ at a place like that?
Nah, I just want to own the place.
Oh, you want to start a place that's
I
like
want to own the place. Yeah,
yeah, like 5 seats.
5 seats, cool bartender, cool tunes. You know what I'm saying? Like just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Just figure it out because
No, I mean yeah. I mean
there's just
yeah,
nothing like
it'll
that.
work.
I mean, I like all the places here. I like Never Look Better. I like Denson. I like all the cool little places that are.
What's
out here.
never looks better?
So Never Look Better is in Blagden Alley. You walk in, there's no door. There's just somebody sitting outside. You go downstairs, neon lights, cool bar. Reposado is the rail at this place. And then they've got a whole lounge area. And then when you exit onto 9th Street. You can't go back into Blagden Alley. You exit on 9th Street. And so the bottom half of that building is Never Look Better. The top half is going to be the new 18th Street Lounge. Right there on 9th. So
ESL.
yeah, it'll be the new ESL. Yeah, for sure. So, we'll see what happens, man. But
Is Never Look Better already open?
Yeah, it's been open for like 4 or 5 months now. Cool little spot, man. I mess
All
with it.
all pilgrims.
Nah. It's
No?
like it's mixed up in there. Good times. Good DJs too. It's good. It's cool. I need to find my way in there as a DJ. I might go tomorrow early and just try to talk to the manager and see what's good.
Who runs the place?
I have no idea, but I feel like if you go to a lounge on a Wednesday in DC at 7:30, like you'll find somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? So, but we'll more about all that stuff later. So, episode 131. What's a podcast? We did it again. It's fantastic.
Fantastical.
Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
Peace.
Shout out to Don't Charge Abdul.
I'm ready for another great week, man. We're gonna have
No
fun
doubt.
this weekend. Saturday night is gonna be crazy.
Please come through.
Tomorrow night is gonna be crazy. Shout out to Clark Kent. I'm gonna see Clark. He's coming in town tomorrow. Yeah, man, and I believe he's also gonna be here next month as well. Yeah, we got to go to LA, man. We got to go get out there and get some interviews in, man, with some people. Let's try to map that out.
Let's go.
Darling
Shout out
Nikki
to
this week
Silent
should be
Tom.
crazy.
Yeah,
Silent Tom
Darling
in the
Nikki's
building.
gonna be crazy.
And word up. I'm Jerome Bacon III, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.